Here are three reasons why it's going to be very, very hard for Iran to surrender. Number one, the regime has been very, very cruel over the last 47 years. They have killed tens of thousands of people in January, but over the last 47 years, from Khomeini to Khamenei, they have killed hundreds of thousands of Iranians brutally, right? For the simplest thing. It could be like somebody says, I don't like Khamenei. They say something bad on social media. They try to protest. Doctors serving the protesters have been arrested. It's just a brutal regime. And the Iranians have not had any basic freedoms, right? No freedom of speech, no freedom of media, no freedom to access the internet, no freedom to start a political party, no basic freedoms for women, how to dress, where to go, where to travel, to have a job, and all the brutality, right? It's like a woman doesn't wear a hijab, she gets flogged 74 times. If a woman has premarital sex, she could be sentenced to death, should be hanged from a crane. So just a brutal regime, and a lot of people are very, very mad and they want revenge. And all these besieged, the paramilitary who drive around the cities in their motorcycles, who have been beating up people arbitrarily, who have been shooting people arbitrarily, who have been arresting, torturing, raping Iranians for decades. So all these people are very, very scared because if there is a regime change, uh, there are going to be like maybe 100,000, 200,000 people from the IRGC who are going to face prison time, brutal beating, death sentences. It's going to be terrible for them. So that's number one reason. It's the regime is very, very scared of his own people. Number two is money. The IRGC acts like a mafia. So it's like, say, maybe 100,000 people at the top of the Iranian society. They control more than half of Iran's GDP. Okay, so these people have millions of dollars, billions of dollars. They have properties in London, Germany, UAE. They are very, very rich. They send their kids to the US, Canada, where these kids can lead a non-Islamic life, post skinny dressed women on Instagram, drink alcohol, party, do everything that the average Iranian is not allowed to do. So they're going to lose a lot of money. That's number two. And number three is ideology, right? These people have totally believed in their ideology of, the theocracy. Khomeini called himself the Imam, just like the 12 Imams of the Shiite Muslim. People called him infallible. And if you said something bad about Khomeini, you would get sentenced to death for waging war against Allah or waging war against Islam, right? So he thought that he represented God on earth. He represented Islam on earth. So there is this delusion, and same thing with Khamenei. So all these supreme leaders and all the people around him, they're going to become a laughing stock if the regime falls. And then, a lot of the Iranian diaspora are saying that at least 70% of the Iranians are not even Muslims. They never go to mosque, they never read the Quran, they never practice Islam at home, they don't even celebrate Ramadan and all the festivals. So these people are just namesake Muslims. They don't follow Islam. So if the regime falls, just imagine the Orwellian lie being exposed. It's like, wow, for decades, 70, 80% of the Iranians were not Muslims, right? So this is going to be a shock, and the entire history will be rewritten. Okay, who was Khomeini? What was this regime about? Uh, so these people will lose their legacy. Numerous articles, books will be rewritten. Wikipedia will be rewritten. It's like a giant hoax after 47 years. And it's very, very scary and very embarrassing, to lose your power, to get beaten up, to get sentenced to death, and your family loses all your money, and your entire ideology becomes a joke, right? This is very, very powerful reasons why the regime is not going to surrender. They would rather face death rather than surrender and be so humiliated, or at least they think they can bluff their way out. If they say, oh, I have 10,000 more missiles that you have never seen. It can reach Europe. It can destroy the Zionists in one day. It can destroy all the American ships. I can destroy the region. I'm this evil, bad, powerful regime. So you better not make me surrender, right? All this bluffing. But we'll see what happens. Okay, thanks. Bye.